And we're live.
Good afternoon, and welcome to Massasoit Forest number 91 of the Tall Cedars of Lebanon of North America. We're glad that you could join us for the installation of the officers for the year 2021. We're coming to you this afternoon from the historic Ezekiel Bates Lodge in Attleboro, Massachusetts. I'm sure there are many of you who are watching who have never heard of the Tall Cedars of Lebanon. There may even be some of you who have heard of the Tall Cedars, but are not quite sure who we are and what we do. So before we begin with the installation of officers, I'll tell you a little bit about us. The Tall Cedars of Lebanon is a fraternal organization of Masons. It was organized in 1902. However, the fraternal traditions of the Tall Cedars go back thousands of years. For the traditions of the Tall Cedars are based upon important historical occurrences at the time of the building of King Solomon's Temple. According to our accepted traditions, the hewers of stone in the quarries of Jerusalem and the hewers of timber in the forests of Lebanon were bound together by a league of fraternal brotherhood. We wear this very distinctive pyramidal headgear, which is so unique that once it's seen, it is never forgotten. Our members like to say that when a Mason wears his pyramid, he does so with purpose and with pride. And since 1951, the purpose of the Tall Cedars has been its charitable endeavors, its support for the research into the development of a cure for muscular dystrophy for children. Since 1951, the Tall Cedars have raised and contributed over $1 million to muscular dystrophy in their work to find this cure. I'm sure many of you recall the Jerry Lewis Labor Day MDA telethons. And those of you that do might actually remember seeing the Tall Cedars of Lebanon at each and every one of these telethons present a check to Jerry Lewis for the thousands of dollars that the Tall Cedars raised during the year. Which brings me to the pink rose. You will notice this afternoon that all of the officers will wear in their jacket pocket a pink rose. And this is because in 1978, Essex Forest number 8 instituted a fundraiser where they offered these pink roses for a donation of any amount to raise money for the Muscular Dystrophy Association. Well, it was such a success that the Tall Cedars instituted it as a national program, and it continues through today. Over the years, the Tall Cedars, the rose has become the signature of the Tall Cedars and their purpose to support MDA in their fight to find a cure for muscular dystrophy. Our charitable endeavors are only matched by the warm fraternal brotherhood that you will find when you visit a forest of Tall Cedars. Our motto is fun, frolic, and fellowship for a purpose. And it is our purpose and our pride that makes the Tall Cedars of Lebanon such a beneficial and dynamic organization of Freemasons. So now, let's open up Massasoit Forest.
Thank you. Good afternoon. Welcome to the installation of officers of Massasoit number 91 at Ezekiel Bates Lodge in Attleboro. It's going to be a COVID-shortened ceremony with just a few brethren in attendance, but we will prevail as we always do. So let's get right to it. I'd like to open Massasoit Forest number 91. District Deputy, would you please lead us in prayer and the lights? Brethren, please rise.
God of our fathers, as we assemble in our brotherhood, we realize that nothing of any merit can be accomplished without Thee. And so we invoke Thy holy presence to be with us in our discussions, our decisions, our fun, our frolic, and our fellowship. Let Thy love be with the afflicted ones whom we strive to help throughout our charitable objective, and give power to those who continue their quest for a cure. In Thy blessed name we pray. Amen. May it ever be thus.
And please join me for our pledge of allegiance to our flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. You can be seated. So just a few passing words as I turn the reins over to Matthew Bordeaux. It's been a hectic year. It's been a challenging year for all of us, including the clock, who has no time. So it's been a challenging year with the virus and a lot of things that the forest typically does, parades, dinners, get-togethers have all been put on hold and all canceled, which is a sad state, but we've all gone through it. And I know that I turned the forest over to a very well and dedicated Tall Cedar. And to reiterate, my year here has been amazing and short-lived. So I'd like to put it in motion. Brother District Deputy, if you would take over from here.
Thank you, Grand Tall, and would you be kind enough to meet me on the level? Shoot from right here. Grand Tall Cedar, Keith Gobin, you are about to retire from the highest office in your forest. We'd like to congratulate you for your success. When you step down, do not step out. Always be ready and willing to help and assist when called upon. It is my sincere hope that you will strive for greater heights in Cedarism, for by doing so, you will have done your part in the promotion and growth of Tall Cedarism in general. We thank you for your efforts, for your work, and for being an outstanding Tall Cedar. And now, if I may, if you would present to me your pyramid and your jewel.
I was just getting used to it.
And return to your station. And thank you very much, Grand Tall. We will now proceed with the installation of the Grand Tall Cedar. Tall Cedar, Matthew Bordeaux, would you follow me? And may I have your pyramid, please? Take your time, the massive, quite challenging. Tall Cedar Matthew Brodeur, you have been duly elected to be the Grand Tall Cedar from Massasoit Forest number 91, Tall Cedars of Lebanon, for the ensuing year. The duties of a Grand Tall Cedar are numerous, exacting, and important. You are to preside over all the meetings of the forest and are to rule and guide with a firm and impartial hand. You are to be governed first by the Constitution, bylaws, rules, regulations, orders, and directives of the Supreme Forest, and second, by the bylaws of your own forest, and shall do nothing which will conflict with any of them. You are the custodian of the charter and the ritual. The charter must be displayed at every meeting of the forest. At the end of your term, which shall begin on the 1st day of January and shall end on the 31st day of December next following, and after your successor has been duly installed, said term extending if necessary until that event has occurred, you shall without delay turn over to him the charter, the ritual, and all books and papers pertaining to your office. You are to be diligent to avoid and prevent any internal dissension and to further the prosperity and growth of Tall Cedarism in general. To that end, you are to see that the ritual and work is performed as fully and correctly as possible. You are responsible for the financial welfare of this forest and are to ensure that it is kept in a prosperous condition. You are required to call at least one ceremonial meeting during your year. That would be including the prologue, the royal court, and/or the Sidonian degree. In accepting your office, Matthew Brodeur, do you promise to perform your duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
I will now present to you the pyramid and jewel of your office. Congratulations, Grand Tall Cedar, Matthew Brodeur. If you would, come to the north side of the forest and follow me, and I will escort you to your station. Grand Tall Cedar Matthew Brodeur, would you announce your appointments for the year 2021? When you hear your name called, if you would please come down to the east and line up in a safe distance.
The appointed officers for 2021 for Massasoit Forest Tall Cedars will be as follows. Anthony Tony Shermer, Guide. Keith Gobin, Chaplain, and Robert Bob, Chief Sidonian.
Thank you. Tall Cedars, you have been appointed to be officers in Massasoit Forest number 91 for the ensuing year. It is to you, as well as the elected officers, that the Grand Tall Cedar will look for support and assistance in his work for the growth of this forest. Without the loyalty and hearty cooperation of all the officers, the forest cannot achieve the success that it so rightfully desires. Past Grand Tall Cedar Anthony Sherman, you have been appointed as the guide. The duties of the guide is to meet and introduce all visitors and assist in installations and the conferring of degrees. Grand Tall Cedar Keith Gobin, you have been appointed as a chaplain. As chaplain, you are to pronounce the invocation and the benediction at the opening and closing of every meeting of the forest. The duties of all the officers are of equal importance, and your commitment to your duties is required. In being appointed to your offices, do each promise to perform your duties to the best of your ability?
I do.
I do.
And I, Grant Hall, promise to perform my duties as Chief Sidonian. Thank you very much. If you would be kind enough to return to your stations, however, please remain standing. Grant Hall, would you please rise? And let us bow our heads in prayer. Supreme Architect of the universe, we begin by thanking you for the efforts of the officers who have just completed their term in Massasoit Forest number 91. We now ask you to bless those officers who will be assuming their responsibilities for the year 2021. We ask that you give them strength, wisdom, and energy to lead us in our stated purpose so that this year will be a success. Lastly, we ask that you bless all of those children who have been inflicted with muscular dystrophy. May this be the year that our prayers for a cure be answered. We ask all of this in your great and sacred name. Amen. In the name of the Supreme Forest, Tall Cedars of Lebanon of North America, I hereby proclaim the officers of Massasoit Forest number 91 appointed and elected for the ensuing year. Grand Tall Cedar Matthew Brodeur, I turn the forest over to you. Thank you.
Right Worshipful, District Deputy Supreme Tall Cedar, thank you for acting as the installing officer today. It's greatly appreciated. And I know you'll continue to do a great job as Chief Sidonian and all of our officers. I do have a few remarks I would like to make at this time. Please be seated. First of all, I'd like to thank all the members of Massasoit Forest for their vote of confidence, and I want to congratulate all of our new officers for agreeing to serve our forest. Our theme for this year will be fun, frolic, and fellowship for a purpose. I chose this because I think it's more than just a motto. I think it's a way of life. And I believe it's something that really distinguishes us from all the other Masonic bodies, which also do have their own positive attributes. As Tall Cedars, we live to have fun and enjoy fellowship and frolic with our significant others, our families, and our fellow Tall Cedars and brothers. We love to do picnics and barbecues and social gatherings and outings and enjoy each other's company. And later this year, when the time is right, we hope to resume those activities again. Our clown unit is a wonderful, wonderful example of fun and frolic in action. These members of our forest and their ladies give their time and talents to share the gift of laughter to cheer the masses and raise funds for MDA and the wish to find a cure. This philanthropy is a cause that unites us in purpose and gives us clarity and focus amidst our fun. These wonderful children fight daily to live their lives to the fullest, and that is why we employ our laborers as Cedars for research, and treatment to help these children and give them and their families hope. To aid all of our aspiring clowns and experienced clowns in their efforts, I hope to offer a series of virtual and in-person clown arts lectures and workshops to help broaden their horizons, because I believe learning is a lifelong process, even in being a clown, which is something I've done for a few years myself. Once we're able to resume parades, I would like to try and have all of the forest officers and the clowns to march in at least 2 parades a year to show off unity and strength and raise awareness of our cause. In addition to our clown unit, I've discussed the idea with the officers of possibly establishing other units within our forests based on the interest of our members and new members, so they can also enjoy fellowship and fun and exemplify what it means to be a Tall Cedar. Continuing on with the fun with a purpose, I was speaking with our chief Sidonian, and I explained that at some point in the year I'd like to put on the Sidonian degree for our existing members. For those of you that are not Tall Cedars, the Sidonian degree is the basis of what Tall Cedars was founded upon. It is a fun degree which consists of a variety of games and activities at the direction of the chief Sidonian, the purpose of which is to impress upon us as Cedars that we should regularly engage in fun, frolic, and fellowship with our fratres, friends, family, and enjoy life. It also serves to impress upon us that whatever rank, title, or prominence we may achieve in life, that we should always remain humble in our hearts and our minds. I would also like to acknowledge the important work of our ladies auxiliary, the Cedarettes, who are equally devoted in their mission of fun, frolic, and fellowship with a purpose. They raise a significant amount of money every year through their fundraising efforts, and I look forward to working with them and supporting their efforts this year. As we all know, this year has been a real test for leaders around the world, including those in fraternal organizations. We must innovate and rewrite our playbook to adapt and overcome these challenges so we can come out of this stronger before and spark an interest in a new generation of Cedars to continue our work. With that, our forest officers are working together to find new ways to make our meetings more fun and interesting to engage our members and their families. So you look forward to our meetings every month. A few examples that we've discussed are having virtual game or trivia nights or a virtual movie party. And as always, I do appreciate the suggestions and ideas of our officers and our forest members. Once we're able to return to in-person meetings and events, we've discussed the possibility of conducting outings to fun and interesting places throughout the region, including places and events that will expand our opportunities for fun and fellowship and possibly deepen our knowledge and cultural understanding. For now, we must remain vigilant, but also have an open mind and some flexibility to expose ourselves to new things and ideas so we can learn and have fun together. I am extremely confident that our officers will put together the best program possible this year. Lastly, I'd like to speak to all of our forest members that may not have visited us in a while. We miss you, and we hope that you are well. We hope that you will come back to a meeting or event and enjoy fun and fellowship with us. It's best achieved when you are here, and we do notice your absence. We hope that you are safe and well. Over the coming weeks and months, please expect a call from myself or one of the other officers to check in on you and get your feedback and ideas and invite you back to your forest. Before I finish, I do have a few people I need to thank for making today possible, starting with past Grand Tall Cedar Keith Goldman, who helped to coordinate the video broadcast of our installation. Also, past Grand Tall Cedar Brian Simmons, who served as a technical advisor in regards to administering our Facebook page. And also to Worshipful Bill Swenson, Master of Ezekiel Bates Lodge, who was allowing us to broadcast this on their page. And certainly, we would not want to forget Brother Jason Audette, our wonderful videographer extraordinaire, who is recording this and filming it for us. Lastly, but certainly not least, I want to thank District Deputy Supreme Tall Cedar, Bob Robert Goff. Bob, thank you so much for acting as our installing officer and helping me with transportation and logistics. I know I'll call upon you again for help, and you're always there, and I greatly appreciate it. I am looking forward to this upcoming year, and I hope that you will all join us in our adventure in fun, frolic, and fellowship. And that if there's anything we can be of assistance to you, that you will reach out to myself or one of our officers, because we are here to serve and look after our brothers. Thank you all, and may God bless all of you, and may you all have a happy and safe holiday season. I do have one presentation I would like to make before we end this. Past Supreme Tall Cedar, could you meet me on the level? I gotta fix my mask again.
Yes.
So, I would like to present you with a small token, a gift, as a thank you on behalf of myself and our forest. And I was really struggling to find what to present. And then I found this, and I ordered it for myself, and I said, that would make a gift, great gift. And what they are is they are actually cedar cufflinks.
Oh, wow.
So they're made of cedar and they have a cedar tree on them.
I've never seen those.
And I know that you'll wear them every time you wear your tuxedo proudly.
Those are awesome.
Thank you, Keith, for your leadership and guidance, and also to all the past Grand Tall Cedars. We wouldn't be here without all of you.
Grand Tall, it's been a pleasure, and I know we're in good hands. And it would remiss me for not mentioning that I'm very proud of you, and I know your dad is.
Thank you, thank you.
I know he'll watch over you well this year.
I do appreciate that. Thank you all again. Have a wonderful holiday season, and we hope to see you after New Year. Please do follow our Facebook page, Massasoit, Facebook.com/Massasoit91, so you can see what we got coming up.